Volume 4. Dear Sheila, I am a newly divorced female, age 43. I live in a small 2-bedroom apartment by myself, and sometimes my daughter shares the space with me in between college semesters. I have a newer car and heavy car payments and live where the cost of living takes up the majority of my income. I run a small accounting business and work odd jobs for extra funds in order to pay my bills. Work takes up so much of my time that my continuing education and social life has suffered. I also want to take some new courses on social media to market my company better. I have low energy and can't seem to get ahead these days. I don't even have time or extra money for online courses, which is really frustrating. I do have a newer boyfriend. We have dated almost 8 months. We were close friends for a couple of years before we started going out during my separation. He's a great guy who also does tax accounting, mostly. His income is seasonal, and so he currently is living with a roommate here in Southern California to keep his costs down. The other night, he brought up the idea of us living together. I really enjoy his company, yet I have no desire to take our relationship to the next level. On the other hand, we would both benefit from reducing expenses and could see if living together would work, which may make or break our relationship. My question, the truth is, I really would not consider my boyfriend for a roommate if finances were not the issue. I have thought this through and I am still somewhat conflicted as there seems to be no other options. There aren't any apartments that would cut my living expenses enough so I could quit my extra jobs or take courses to increase my business revenue. I'm afraid if we live together, it could be a costly mistake. Yet if I continue the way my finances are, I will never get ahead. Do you think it would be a mistake? Do you have any other suggestions that may work for us? Signed, Living California Style. Dear Living California Style, it seems to me like there's 2 issues here. The first one is your finances, and the second one is the relationship. So, in your relationship, if you're not ready to move in together, then it is best that you don't. The beauty is that you're both in the same field, so it may be a fun game to play that you both open up a small side business doing accounting together. That way you can grow together, spend time together, do your business together, and learn to get to know each other on that level before committing to moving in with one another. Now, there's also the consideration of your college student daughter who comes and goes and lives in the extra room, and you'd have to think about, your comfort with that. How comfortable would she be having your relationship, your guy move in with you, or how awkward would that be? And so, that's something to also put into the equation. And since you're both accountants, does that add up? And it probably doesn't at this point. So the other thing to think about is the fact that you asked this question already gives you the answer. Because when you're really in love, and it's not that you're not in love, but when you're really in love and you're at the point in the relationship where you're both ready to commit to move in together and move to the next step in a relationship, you don't question it. You're already going to that next step, and it's easy. It's not something you have to give a lot of thought to. So that's your answer. I hope that helps. As always, I wish you life, love, laughter, and light. Thank you for listening to Dear Sheila, answering real questions with real solutions to reboot your life. If you have a burning question, submit your question now to www.dearsheila.com. www.dearsheila.com.